something you'll have to hear and see for yourself to believe. At the age of 24, Soweto-born and raised Nonhlanhla Mnisi has already written 4 books, right? So 4 books at 24. Mnisi, who sees tests, obstacles and life's challenges as tools to make her mark using literature, is also a motivational speaker, among other things. The latest of her 4 books is titled Overdue Resignation, and it looks at things and habits that we more often than not hold on to when we should be actually saying goodbye and farewell to them. Well, here in studio to tell us more about her work and her books is Nonhlanhla herself. A very good morning to you, Sissy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Morning, Ayanda. Thank you for having me.
How do you get that right? 4 books at 24. just work that through. And I understand that the first book you began writing.
Yeah, that was
2013. No?
The first book I wrote it in 2010.
Okay.
Always say I was sweet 21. The motivational poetry books, and the other 3 I wrote them in 2013. All 3. First one I wrote it in it was in this month actually, because I remember very well we were actually on a prayer and fasting 21 days, and I finished my second book in 8 days out of that 3 weeks. And the third book I wrote it in 6 days. It's a book about a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, who's a cancer survivor. So I'm telling her story, and we finished that one in 6 days. The last book,
you're writing books in 8 days, 6 days. Who does that? Who does that?
You know, I think when this thing finds you, it just finds you. The passion. I'm sure if you can look into my eyes, I do not sleep. I mean, I slept for less than 4 hours this morning. Actually, I slept at 3:30 and I was up at 6:30. So, you know, I always find a reason to write, because not only am I writing books, but I also write articles for websites and all that. So I get into different forms of writing so that I can grow in all, you know, the corners and the aspects of the actual writing itself, because I don't have a background in journalism. I did not study, you know, what I'm doing. So
but it's a passion for yours.
It's a passion.
And
it fuels you up.
This just do it attitude in you. I look at you, there's a job to be done, you're pulling all-nighters, you just do it.
I'm so deadline driven, and I always say that if it's not scheduled, then it's not a priority. So I have to know that at this point in time, you see, immediately after the book launch of the 4 books at 24, I started working on the 5th book already. And I started calling people to say, because now the 4th book, it's actually a book that speaks about the fact that it is possible for a person to be a great woman. It's possible for me to be a great woman, but not a great partner. And it goes vice versa. So we look at it not only from a female perspective, but also from a male perspective, that guys, let us just, you know, get that straight. It's possible for a person to be a great girlfriend, but not a great wife. Why? So what I did with that book is I got quite a number of experts, you know, people and friends of mine who are very, you know, rooted into this, to give and to share the experiences. So that will be 20% of me, and, you know, the whole other few percent on other people.
You seem so wise beyond your years. Extremely so. So you're looking at 25, 5 books at 25 now, at this rate.
It's going to happen this year.
At this rate.
At this rate. 5 books at 25. And, you know, we're just going to keep on carrying on with the trend. 26 books at 6 books at 26. 7 at 27.
Are you living your dream?
I feel like it. I feel like it, you know, and I always say that, you know, the present might seem a bit dim and all that, but, oh, you know, I have seen the glimpse to the future, and it looks so bright. It looks so bright, because what happens is I've realized and I've learned that if you invest now, you know, see, now I don't have a kid, I don't have a husband, and, you know, all those sort of things. If,
that's how you're able to do 4 books at 24. Trust me, when they are there, there's no...
It's not going to happen, you see. So I don't like procrastinating, you know, no matter the situation, the circumstances. So if I can do it now, let me do it now. And it's really priceless. You know, that's why I think, and part of the new developments now is I'll be getting people of high profiles who say, can you please ghostwrite my book? So, you know, it's, I'll actually, by the age of 25, I would have written more than the books that I'll be written, that I have planned to write. Because now
you say it's priceless, but let's leave the time and the effort aside. The finances involved, though. Publishing is not a joke. How do you get that right? Who do you go to? Who have you spoken to say, I need you to buy into this vision of mine. This is what I want to do.
Quite honestly, I've just been doing it out of my own pocket so far. But, you know, I have been thinking about that lately, because I had a lot of people saying that, you know, who assists you in terms of that. So I will be looking deep into saying who are the available sponsorship, I always had this thing that people don't find an idea. So, you know, they have to see the work and follow it through. So I'm glad now that it's 4 books, so they can read book number 1, you know, and follow the trend and see that where is this whole thing going before I think I can. So I think probably we now safely can say that
get
I
the
can
work
go
done.
knock at those doors.
The sponsors will follow once they see that the train is moving.
The trend is
already.
moving.
They do the little that you can do.
Definitely,
on your own.
and because what has been happening now, even on Twitter, I've been getting following, you know, especially from the UK guys. I don't know whether is it that Facebook or what. And with people will say, oh, can you please write for us? So now I'm committing to a lot of blogging in different websites and overseas because, you know, I aim to be in the New York Times one of these days,
and
hopefully.
So may that happen. May that happen. Give us your Twitter address. Give us your Twitter address if you can, so we can keep track of your successes. So one day we can have you back with that international deal from the UK or wherever, and we will look back at today.
And say,
remember when
you had less than 300 followers. Look at where you are now.
Yes, indeed. Give us your Twitter handle.
It's Nonhlanhla, NHLA _ my surname Mnisi, MNISI.
Okay, so it's at Nhla, that's NHLA _ Mnisi, MNISI. Let's leave it there for now, but I think very, very insightful. We didn't even get to touch on the book because your life itself is just that interesting. But indeed, Overdue Resignation is her latest offering, and it touches on a growthless career, fruitless relationships, selfless desires or selfish desires, which are no-nos, busy, unpacks all of that and more. Just before we go, where can we get the book?
It will be available online because I've recently launched these ones. The first one is available online, Amazon and a whole lot of those. So we'll be putting those through. But for now, people can just email me or drop me the Twitter.
On Twitter. Okay, fantastic.
We'll
use your Twitter handle. It's accessible, I think, to most people. At NHLA _ Mnisi, MNISI. That's Nonhlanhla Mnisi speaking to us about her books, more about her life and her journey as well. But if you are looking for her material, you can find it online or find her on Twitter. And that's where we leave it for now. A quick break.